All right, when you see the scrubs, you know it's time for your doctor's show. It's time for We the Doctors. My name is Dr. Jules. Today we're talking about something that affects most people. Let me put it that way. We're talking about your weight and your health. A lot of health conditions have been associated with weight gain, to be specific. So today we'll talk about those things that we do that predispose us to adding those pounds and how to help us shed them as well. I'm here with my colleagues, Dr. Valeria, Dr. Yvonne, and Dr. Oke. I will be talking about it right now. Now, this weight problem, it's a big deal.
Yes, so
it's a cultural problem. I don't even know how else to put it. Social, you know.
Yeah, so
it's
talking
very,
about
very bad.
cultural problems.
Yeah.
You know that our people tend to believe that the bigger you are, the fatter your wallet.
Yeah, so
yes.
you
And then
have all
in,
the money.
in Yoruba, people say that, man, you're the meaning that he has poor belly, he has big bum. That means the guy has top, the guy has money.
It's equivalent to the bank account.
Exactly. So if I'm going out, for example, with my lanky self, going out with some of my friends that are very chubby, even if I probably have the money to spend, and when we go there, they just say, oh, see Chama, they'll be hailing him.
I know. Meanwhile, you are the one that
Exactly.
And meanwhile, they don't know this man is suffering because he has strong obesity.
Absolutely.
That is another
And
thing.
I think big thing about obesity and weight now is
Yes.
the kind of lifestyle we live.
Exactly.
We all
True.
live, most of us, I won't say all of us, but most of us live sedentary lifestyles. This
True.
is how our life goes. Wake up in the morning, get into the car, from the car to the office, from the office back into the car, and we get
Terrible.
home. Yeah. And now, even the weekends that we used to have as outing times, people go out and play football in those days. Or
Parties.
jog.
They
Now
don't
what
even
they
do
do
that
is sit
anymore.
down
It's
in party
occupied by
and eat,
Shebi and
and they
stuff
go
like
out
that.
to fast food centers
Exactly.
and eat.
They do
So
nothing.
it's sedentary. Nobody does anything.
Yeah, but you don't
Activity.
blame them. The
And that's
environment itself, Lagos is a very stressful place. A lot of places are like that. There's traffic everywhere. You get home, you're really wasted and tired. You see some fathers, you just sit down here and they call the child that is upstairs and call him to come all the way downstairs. And you think they want to send him on a major errand. They just say, help me bring that remote control that is right beside me.
no reason.
Or they stretch their leg and say, help me remove my stocks. You know, those kind of things.
Yeah.
That's really, really sedentary. Driver is driving
Even
you.
up to please scratch my back.
It is
Yes.
sad.
That's really
Laziness.
sad. That's
And
really
then we are talking about the causes now.
Yeah.
These things that it's our everyday lifestyle, and that's predisposing us to this weight gain, this problem that we're having. Now, parties. Oh my goodness.
Wow, that's a
People
big one.
equate the amount of food that they can eat at a party to how enjoyable the party
Yes.
was. And then they go and they mount the plates. My
telling
goodness,
you.
with enough food. So somebody can actually take swallows and then use something
I
like
know, they
rice as
usually have
appetizer.
enough space because they will take appetizer, the main course, and even this huge amount.
But people
They'll
go to
take it in.
parties. Some people go to parties fasting. And the biggest mistake you can ever make if you organize your own party, is that you tell them that you can serve yourself. Be sure that food will not go around. Because when you say serve yourself, one person's meat.
Even if they serve the food, they still
Yes.
repeat.
But
Even
even
that's
beyond
the
going
thing.
around, they eat this amount and then they still pack, take away. They
Yeah,
carry take away
home,
that.
to
So
take
And
home.
the food choices that
Are
they
po-
even
very
serve
poor.
are
Very,
very,
very poor.
bad. Fried
Exactly.
things, and it's very, very sad.
We are
High
talking
carbs.
about adults. How about children? This same thing to children. As you see some children, their plates, you will be afraid. As in huge. I'm not joking. Even at parties and at home.
Yes.
Then let's leave normal food. You know, these days, westernization has brought about a lot of things. They now snack out. As in, coming home from school, you stop at the fast food joint. That's what you eat.
You buy pizza.
I'm telling that's food.
And you
oh,
take
that's
ice
food,
cream,
all sorts
and
of
that
things.
is great.
If you look at their lunch pack, it doesn't have anything nutritious. It just has high fat.
Exactly.
content.
And
That's it,
carbohydrates.
basically.
You know,
Yeah.
I think it's also a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Because we believe that if your child is chubby,
Yes.
then there's every possibility that the child is
Yeah.
from a wealthy home.
Be home.
And then we forget that if a child is obese at that age,
It can be
there's
predisposed.
Yes,
yeah.
there's every tendency to be obese as an adult And worse still,
Yeah.
illnesses like diabetes
Yeah.
all
have been
that.
connected to childhood.
Now, a lot of children will be offended
Hypertension.
with all of these things you are saying
They
because you are telling their
should.
parents to stop buying them burgers and
I'm
stuff.
telling you.
Everything in moderation. It's not like you should stop or everything in
I'm sure
moderation.
there's something that we can all relate to here on this table.
What's that?
Like when we were eating as kids, they'll be like, make sure you finish that food. And then there will be
Don't waste food in my
the
house.
reward, the meat at the end. You must finish that food before you eventually come.
And then your stomach is full and you're like, "Ooh."
So we are not talking about the amount
days.
now. It's what
What
we
we
take
take
in
in.
that
Absolutely,
we need
absolutely,
to change.
absolutely.
So you want to stick around because we'll be talking more about the food options that we should we should take as opposed to this high carbohydrate diet. And of course, now we have to take a short break. When we come back, Dr. Yvonne will be explaining to us what a BMI is. BMI. Do you know what it is? If you want to stick around, we'll be right back.
Coming up next.
That can predispose one to any health conditions. So what happens here is there's a calculation for the body mass index using your weight in kilograms and the height in meters. Hello, you're welcome back. This is We the Doctors. I'm Dr. Yvonne, and today's topic has been very interesting. We've been talking about your weight and your health. I'm sure some of you are just joining in. Now we'll be talking about BMI, so you haven't missed so much. Anyway, BMI means body mass index. Basically, it's just a measure of the relative weight using the mass and the height. It's used to screen for those health categories that can predispose one to any health conditions. So what happens here is there's a calculation for the body mass index using your weight in kilograms and the height in meters. And this is it. Because most people will make the mistake, depending, especially when they don't know the conversions, of using pounds. So it's easier to use kilograms, that we all know, divided by the height of the person in meters. Because some people actually will use feet and inches and confuse themselves. But this is squared, meters squared. So if you know your weight and your height, using this formula, you can calculate the body mass index. I'm going to be using a volunteer from here. And I would like that volunteer to be...
I volunteer. Nominate Dr. Valeria.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Why are all of you
I
nominating
think Dr.
me?
Valeria also.
They are the best candidates.
Now, I think the issue is this. These guys are scared of
No,
checking
they are
their own
over-
BMI.
exactly.
What?
You all think you're
How do you know?
overweight or you're obese and you think I'm the only
I'm
one
sure.
fit?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you're a good representation of us. So
Get on the
carry on,
scale.
carry on.
All right.
All right, let's see
get
what
on
we
the
weigh.
scale.
So I'm going on the scale right now.
I'm
I've lost
actually
weight
supposed
too.
to be in front if you're measuring. You shouldn't be the one. Look straight up. thank you.
Exactly.
Yes.
And he weighs 73 kg. So I'd like to know what your height is.
Exposed.
So come back. So I'll
73
check your
kg.
height.
This looks like 75. I'm
73.
not that
He's
fed away.
73.
Anyway, that's evidence of good living and
However,
exercise.
then his height is 1.78 meters. So we'll be
quite
doing
tall.
the calculation. You can do it at home as well. So it's 73 divided by 1.78
Squared.
squared. So what do we get?
Okay. I think we should go to the side.
I think,
23.0. That's the
Let's
figure.
take that figure up here.
Okay,
that
so
they
people
get
can
to
see
see it very well as
Yeah.
well.
It's 23.
Point
We are
zero.
doing this. There's a reason for doing this, and I'll be explaining that to you now. So you know where you fall.
True.
If you calculate this and you fall anywhere below 18,
I think you should do it a bit up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
so
people
that
can
You
it
see.
will
fall
be in
anywhere
range.
below 18.5, then you are underweight.
Absolutely.
Featherweight, that's what I call them. You are underweight, however.
Underweight, exactly.
Then anything between 18.5 to 24.9 is normal weight.
Yeah.
So he falls under the category
Yeah,
of
have a
normal
normal
weight because
weight,
he has
yeah,
a BMI
absolutely.
of 23,
23.
so it's normal. But anything above 24.9 to 29.9, then you should start getting concerned. The person is actually overweight. Maybe that's why they were scared to come out. I don't know.
I'm not scared, Dr.
I'm just saying,
Yvonne.
however,
And let's put the other one here.
Then, if it is between 29,
Say 30.
okay, let me say 30 to 34.9.
Yes.
Then now you're tipping into obesity.
Obesity
Means
1.
Type 1 obesity.
So where they
I
want
think
to be,
I think once
Yes.
you're above 30,
Yes,
let's have
it's
it
a
clear.
red
You
flag.
will be
Exactly.
obese, yes.
And if
You
it
will
is
be
40, please. If it is 40, that's morbid.
If it's greater than or equal to
That
40.
is- that is something you need to seek medical attention. So this is just
so
Yes.
where people want to be is 18.5
to
and
24.9, which is
24.9.
healthy, because you know one is predisposed to so many health conditions when you are actually more than overweight to obese. You understand things like hypertension, diabetes, and so many other health problems. We don't want to go there anyway. So I would like to know how some of you prefer your partners. Do you like them slim fit or you like them big? Because I know many African men like the big,
we like a slim,
no,
Coke
that's
bottle,
you. Many of them
hourglass.
like you big, so we are
Cigarette. Hello, and the show continues. It's We, the Doctors, and we're talking about your weight and your health. But right now, we have to reflect on that as well, because there are a lot of things that influence our choices, the choices that we make when it comes to maintaining our weight. And to help us, make better choices is a guest in the studio with us. She has been doing this for over 17 years. She's a fitness and diet counselor. Her name is Mrs. Ronke Badigbo. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am.
So today we are talking about us, our weight, and the issues that we are always having. I know that from your vantage point, you've been doing this for a long time. You know the problems that we have, especially that is peculiar to us. What are those things that keep holding us back when it comes to maintaining our weight?
I think the starting point is a faulty foundation, in the sense that people usually make conclusion about their health based on what they weigh. But your weight is a reflection of other things.
Okay.
For example, your body shape, your body makeup, your body type is something that you are born with, that you have no control over. And we know that people have different kind of body shapes.
Yes.
You have some people, they are like pear-shaped. You have some people, they are like apple-shaped. You have some people, they are like tubular shape. And you have some people that are like hourglass.
Yeah.
And whatever shape you fall into is a genetic makeup.
Yes.
Absolutely.
If you are born as an apple shape, you cannot be a pear shape. And your body makeup also affect your muscular composition, which on the long run also affect your weight on the scale.
Okay.
Another thing that also affects your weight is your hereditary tendencies. Some people naturally, their genetic disposition, they easily put on weight. Whereas some people, they are just like
I know.
slim from head to toe.
Yes.
So if you take those factors into consideration, there are other things that we have control over. Our lifestyle are the things that we have control over. You don't have control over your body type. You don't have control over your genetic disposition.
Okay.
But whatever we are coming with from those 2 points, you can still modify them from your lifestyle. So I think that is the angle that we come in. People think of weight health in terms of weight. But your weight does not tell us anything about how healthy you are.
True.
You might be a size 8, and somebody that is a size 12 might be far healthier than you are.
There you go.
So your size is not an indication of your health.
Okay, now, saying that, and from your practice, people that you get to meet every day, what are the common misconceptions that people have about themselves? Because I think from what she just said now,
Yes.
size 8, size 12, and 12 being heavier than 8, what other misconceptions do people have about their...
There's a lot, because number one, people make judgment on how, as I said before, how healthy you are, immediately they see you. Once maybe you are a size 8 or size 10. And then you meet a lot of people who feel they are slim. Immediately you mention anything about healthy lifestyle or being fit,
You think
the
it's
first
not
thing
for them.
they'll tell you is that they don't need it.
Exactly.
So I see a lack of knowledge around.
Right.
A lot of people are ignorant. They think they, and even the people that claim to know, there's a lot of misconception.
Exactly.
So the starting point I've seen is that people actually don't even understand their own body shape. They don't personalize the things that they do.
Okay.
Because living a healthy life is a personal thing.
Exactly.
You can't do one size fit all.
I kind of agree with you, in all fairness, with what you said. But I also would also not want to give some of our viewers and our audience the wrong impression in the sense that this. Now, what you're saying, someone who is a size 18, so to say, 18, will say, look, they are talking to me now. There's no reason to worry. I'm healthy.
No,
I'm
it's
jogging
not
and I'm
that.
exercising.
No,
You get? So we need to also make people understand that, look, it's good to be healthy regardless of your size.
Yes.
It's very important for you to exercise. It's important for you to eat healthy.
Right.
But at the same time, you
Your
know,
size matters.
your size matters in that respect.
Exactly.
Really.
Your size-
So you don't want to now say, okay, I'm exercising, I'm eating healthy, and you're not doing anything about the weight.
Exactly.
So someone who's just not doing so much of an exercise, really, or whose exercise is not getting the weight down, will think, look, I'm working out.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
eating healthy.
But you know what? There's
But yet-
the other side to it. I've met people who are overweight,
Yeah,
but they are committed to their health.
exactly.
They try to eat healthily,
Yes.
and they do their exercises regularly. Even though they might be weighing size 18 or size 16, you'll be amazed that if a test is done on their physiological makeup, they might probably be in a better shape than somebody
True.
who is a size 12 and is sedentary and is careless about their lifestyle.
Exactly. So
Because movement
Yeah.
and living a healthy life is
Yeah.
that is the starting
the most
point.
important thing.
Most
True,
times
true,
when people
true,
talk
true.
about health, they start from the weight.
True.
The
Exactly.
weight is weight. If you are concerned about health because of weight is at the bottom of the list.
Yeah.
There are so many other benefits that has got nothing to do with the weight. That if you begin to get those benefits, eventually the weight will fall off.
yes,
True.
exactly.
Yes, that's
will
what
fall
we
off.
are preaching. Not before we
weight
round
will
up quickly.
fall off.
Yes.
That's what we are preaching, because what we are trying to say is this. Now, those who are size 18, those who are size 20, didn't just start exercising and eating healthy
Exactly.
from the onset.
No.
They only realized that they had to start doing it, and they started doing it, and it started helping them.
Exactly.
Basically. So at that point in time, they can now be healthier than those people who are believing
I think take home from us is move.
No,
it's
no,
not-
you physical, like
Yes, physical
World
activity.
Health Organization has rated physical inactivity as the 4th leading cause of global mortality.
Wow.
Yes. That's the recent report.
Inactivity.
Yes, physical inactivity.
That's
So
reactive.
lack of movement.
Exactly.
And if you check our society, movement is gradually being
Dwindling.
taken
Yes, true,
out of
true,
our lifestyle.
true.
So the starting point to your health is move.
Move, exactly.
Look for every opportunity.
Move, everybody.
Move. Move.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
what you're saying, it's all about lifestyle.
It's about lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Stay away from those crazy crash programs, weird diets here and there. You want to start living healthy and make it a culture, isn't it?
It has to be.
Part of you.
It has to be part of
And
you.
not something that is time bound that you would, forgo after a while when you achieve your desired weight, so to speak.
Thank you so much, man. I think
so
I've learned enough
much.
from you. I should come and consult you. This is my small pot. We can talk in properly, basically.
Thank you so
All
much
right,
for
okay.
joining us, Mrs.
All right,
Ronke
welcome, you're
Gbadebo.
welcome.
That has been our guest for today. When we come back, of course, we'll be giving you more tips on how to achieve that healthy lifestyle. Don't go far.
All right, you're welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is We the Doctors. My name is Dr. Valeria, and we have been talking about your health and as it associates with your weight. It's been an interesting time talking with our guest, Mrs. Gbadebo. She really explained to us that, look, the size sometimes doesn't really matter. You living a healthy lifestyle is the most important thing. And talking about a healthy lifestyle, one of the things we need to encourage ourselves to do is that we need to learn to exercise. Exercise is really important. We understand, we know that you don't even have the time, you were busy and all of that. But your health is also very important. They said brisk walking is one of the very best forms of exercise, really. So you can wake up in the morning for 30 minutes, very early hours of the morning before you go to work, hoping you're living in a safe environment anyways. And then you can just, take a quick walk and all of that, and then it helps. And then you want to be careful with what you eat.
Yeah.
A lot of people that snack up and all of that, basically, I advise them to at least keep a fruit in your bag.
True.
Instead of eating biscuit and chocolate, just take apple and eat.
Yeah, like you can see here, your plate should look like this. You should have carbohydrate, protein, veggies, and fruits.
Just
Not a
divide
whole
it.
plate of rice and meat that looks like meat that looks like Dr. Valeria's eye. Not that kind of thing. Healthy
What
diet.
you
So
talking about?
eat like a king in the morning, like a prince in the afternoon, and
Like a slave at night. Yeah, so that's...
Please say that again. So that
Like a
they
king in the morning,
Uh-huh.
a prince in the afternoon, and like a slave at night.
Yes, I think what she's just trying to say in essence is this: very simple. A lot of us will not eat in the morning, will not eat at night, in the afternoon at work. When we now get home, they now give you a pot of eba with all the broccoli, and then you eat, and then you're full. Dr. K, what questions do we have from our social media?
Let me find the question for you. Bumi via Twitter asks, says, Dr. K, I recently added some weight, but I also noticed my menstrual periods have been irregular after I added this weight. Do you think my BMI is responsible? Bumi, because you didn't tell me what your height is and what the weight is, I won't be able to tell you what your BMI is. But when you add some weight, truly some fat cells produce a special type of estrogen. It's a hormone called estrogen. And this is responsible for disarranging,
Might be
scattering.
responsible.
Yeah.
This usually that's what it does because of the extra.
Yeah.
It scatters your menstrual period. Some women have even had infertility as a result of that. Simple thing to do: attempt to shed the weight that you've added. Discuss this with your general physician, general practitioner at home, and then get back to us. Tell us how we've helped you from this question that we just answered for you, Bumi.
Okay, that has been our show for today. It has been quite an insightful one. I learned a lot, even myself.
Yes, so I'm working. Move it!
I guess the lesson to take from all of this is move.
Yeah.
Get that remote yourself. Do all those simple things in the house. And it has to be a lifestyle. It's not something that you have
Just
to do
do
within a
forget
fixed
about
period
it
of
after 2
time.
days, no.
You have to live it day in, day out. We'll be talking about your weight and your health. Please, the discussion continues on our Facebook wall. It's facebook.com/CoolTV Nigeria. Or you want to go to Twitter, it's at We The Doctors. You want to hashtag WTD. If you want to leave a comment for us to get back on, or whatever it is, contribution, any topic that you want us to even discuss here, you want to leave it there, and then we get back to you. My name is Dr. Jules, from my colleagues, Dr. Valeria, Dr. Yvonne, Dr. OK.
I'm already moving.
You're already moving. Yes, we're saying bye-bye. And
All right,
please
guys.
stay healthy.